do the pledge if you want. Or
Sure.
you can.
I'll ask you.
And that's 5:15.
All right, I'm going to call the March 21st, 2022 meeting of the Pulaski County Board of Election Commissioners to order. First order on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Matsuko, would you lead us, please, sir?
Yes.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Second item, approval of the meeting minutes. Commissioner, have you had a chance to look over the meeting minutes from March 11th?
Yes, I did, and I motion to approve.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, we're going to move up the Pulaski County Special School District zoning. I believe we have some representatives from the school district. Would you gentlemen just recognize yourselves, tell us again who you are and what your position is?
Yes, sir. I'm Teddy Stewart, attorney with Detectors Buildings for the Keys in Pulaski County School District. Cody Keys.
Okay. If you would tell us what changes were made to the maps. I believe that we had approved the maps originally, and now was there some small adjustments? Was that what we have here? Or no? Have we not approved these?
You haven't approved.
Okay.
This is a new school district.
Okay.
You've done two others
Oh,
already.
okay.
Yeah.
My mistake.
So this is their.
So this is
their election is in November. Their annual school election.
all right.
Was there a lot of changes?
And that was, our maps were done by Metro Plan, who I believe also did they do Jacksonville or Pulaski School
I
District?
think they
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Okay. I know they're the ones that do a lot of map making.
Yes.
They do.
So, yeah, they changed, every zone had some minor change, and the selection of that map, their zone is substantially equal in voter population. And so that's the one that best achieves trying to keep equal representation of the zones, and that map was unanimously approved by the PCSSD school board, I believe it was last week.
Okay.
And Metro Plan actually drew up, I want to say 3 or 4 maps. We got with them and had them draw another map that we thought would fit the district best, and they did that, and everybody agreed unanimously, so
Okay.
that helps.
Commissioner, you have any questions?
No questions here.
I'd entertain a motion to approve the school zone apportionment plan for the Pulaski County Special School District.
I'll second that to
You
approve.
making that motion?
Make that motion to approve the school zone apportionment plan for Pulaski County Special School District.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. That's what.
Okay, so that takes us down to our first item on the business here for the May 24th, 2022 preferential primary and nonpartisan judicial general election. First thing we're going to do is certify the ballot styles. Melinda, would you take us into that process?
Yes. So basically, I kind of thought I'd run down the process quick with you on how me and the staff went through and proved. So we actually prepare the ballots, assign them all to the districts and the precinct splits according to the voter registration information that we get. So we have to make sure every voter has the particular ballot that they need to vote on for their different voting districts. And so there's several. And once that is completed, we had one set of us went through all the ballots and went through every ballot style, checked every race, and made sure every race was on every ballot style that has a contested race. And found a little changes. It wasn't anything missing, but it was like headers or something like that. We ran a new set, and me and Amanda sat through and checked it all again and checked off every race. So the way that this is the list, this is the certified list, and we made sure that it was all in how and I'll hand you a set in a minute, Mike, but we made sure that all these names are exactly like they wanted on the ballot, that's in the proper order from how you guys drew. And then we went through and we went, here's like ballot style 1, here's R1. This ballot style, of course, they're gonna have the ones for
Right,
all
I
of them.
See the R1?
Yeah, and see anything, all of the, of course, statewide races, we checked and made sure they're all on there because they'll be on all of them. And then all of the ones that are, particular ballots, depending on where the voter lives and their voting district, that it's highlighted. These do not have races, the ones that, so they're highlighted. And so you'll go like, you'll see R1, you'll go, oh, US2, yeah, you gotta get through all the, wait, yes, but, oh, here, that's right, I should have known that. And then you can come over to, where was the thing on top of here? Where did I put it? The Republican.
Right here.
Oh, right here.
There,
And then you can
right
come
there.
over here and go, like US2, make sure that's the name. And however this is on here, it's gonna be the same on all the ballots. Because they're all linked to these. So you can go through if you wanna actually see like every race, and you may even wanna proof the unopposed candidates, they're right here. So they start here, the unopposed. So, and you can just go through like that and either do it together or ballot style. But you'll probably mainly want to spot check, as close as, I just wanted to give you the relief of knowing that me and the staff did go through them twice, completely.
Let's take a little look at R1.
So here,
So if you,
So you have, okay, here's, okay, same stack.
same
Gotcha.
thing, and this is the Democratic races. And as you can see, there's not very many. Or, on these first ones, when there's no highlights, then, so then you can, if you want to just spot check. What I was telling earlier is like, see this state rep District 77? You can flip through this chart and go, where's the District 77?
It's all
And it's
numerical.
right here,
Okay.
so you can go, oh, well, ballot style D106 is gonna have that race, and you can pull it and make sure that
What number was it again?
106.
So,
So you can make sure
oops.
that the names match, like
Right. We just pulled
you can
it.
go through and see how you,
So if we take D106, and we come to this,
I lost it for you.
yeah, you did. There we go. So I see D106 here, and we look for HR.
See, and that's gonna have, D106 is gonna have House
House
Rep
race.
77. So it will have Grant Smith and Representative Fred Allen. And if you wanna highlight it
There
off
they
your
are.
list, then you know that this, however that is, that's how it's gonna be on every ballot.
Right, okay.
And then there's also more on that ballot. There's a JP7, Diane Curry.
Okay, so we did,
106.
okay, we did 106.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
sure.
looking at the wrong
Okay.
one. It'll have Little Rock City on it though.
Okay.
So it's
Little Rock City, okay, special election sales
and it
tax.
has that. That's not,
Okay, that's.
we actually read that over and over. We pulled it off there.
Okay.
And, I failed to mention, I did get a hold of Little Rock City and Jacksonville North Pulaski School District. They have approved, I sent them a sample ballot that shows what's on the ballot. and they've reviewed it and approved it. East End is on 2 of our ballots. They sent us the actual ballot look and style and everything. So they're just 2.
Let me ask you something about your the highlights here.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at here on ballot R1, which is in front of me, and we don't have a highlight here,
Right.
so that means that's not
No
here.
race.
Okay, so the only
Hill,
thing, yeah.
town,
Yeah,
Hill
and I saw
Constable will
them
have
somewhere
that.
along the
Oh,
way.
okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if you go over here and mark it off, you'll know that you saw there.
Where is mine?
Where is Hill?
Where are the constables? There.
No, where we're looking at. Go back.
Right.
Oh, is there a race? Or what?
Well-
Yeah.
In the hill, oh, there it is right here.
Yeah, I knew we were looking at.
So you suggest
Here
we
they are right here.
randomly go through, I take it?
Yeah, and see, like, then you can look, and if those.
Right, those.
You can
and we
actually mark it
those,
off,
right.
and then you know,
Those,
and that's.
because we're
gonna-
saying these carry through to everywhere else they
Yeah,
might be.
it's gonna
I
look
get it.
that way on every
So
other
what-
ballot.
What Melinda's telling us is, once we've looked up the names, for instance, I was looking at the Hill Township here. Because on ballot style R1, we've got Congress District 2, and we've got the Hill Constable race
Okay.
that are on that ballot style. And so I went down here and found.
Oh, you have the Republican.
Found Hill, yeah, and I was just looking, and we can swap here in a second, I mean, or we can look them through one ourselves, however. But I think this is a good suggestion. Melinda says, the names are gonna come through on each ballot exactly the way we see them on one ballot. They're not gonna be incorrect in
Right.
the spelling or
No,
in the
because he
name.
links that.
They're all linked
race
together,
to-
so.
That's how it's programmed.
So once I look here, then I'm gonna consider that these are all correct, because they're all just exactly like they're supposed to be.
Okay, so,
So, just spot checking some things.
Yeah, just-
like-
okay.
and-
Yeah.
And looking at, and like here, looking at, US 2, Congress District 2, so looking over here, here they are, District 2.
yeah, you have the
Yeah.
Republican one,
Here they are here,
or nonpartisan.
And yours
And-
actually has less. so.
and so,
That's, I see that. So, yeah, so just kind of
yeah, so you just.
look for
kinda
79 here.
Look through and.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'll need one more little coaching over here, if you don't mind. Make sure I'm doing this correct. I'm looking at D108, let's just say. So come to D108. So I should look for House race 77.
You've already checked
Okay, we did
it.
that one. All right. Oh, it's also got to be because we did 106 before. And then that's it. So then if I'm just going to.
So like if you're looking. Oh, no, because that won't make sense. Because they're going to have to look at different ballots. Yeah, so then you just, if you see JP, this is the list. So then if you go, oh, what ballot has JP 7 on it? Oop, that one does. So
then I go look for.
it'll have
D-
JP 7 on here.
So this is 133 I'm on now.
And so
I just randomly.
133.
So I
Yeah,
guess
but
my
that's what
question.
you want to look at, is look that, and then come.
Okay, go
that
here
tells you the
and
ballot
match to
style. Get the
then-
ballot style, and it'll be on there.
And you might want to take a look at some of your nonpartisan races. You're looking at the Democrat ballots?
Yes.
Yeah, and you might want to also look at the nonpartisans as you go. Just check
Yeah,
them, check
because
them
all the
off.
nonpartisan are on, but then he's got to pull these over.
So you're saying I should check this to this to this versus this to this to this, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter, but if what you guys I think are mainly wanting to see is the names of, so the these district races aren't gonna be on every single ballot. So in order to find out where the district races are, you're gonna have to look over here.
All right, so 79. Say I'm looking for this guy, so now I gotta come over here to look for 79 here? Is that
Yep.
what I'm doing? Okay. And then, and then just check to make sure.
Yeah, then you get that ballot style and it'll be on there.
Which is, is it?
And like the schools approved theirs, so you don't have to worry about that. And Little Rock approved theirs, Little Rock City.
Okay.
So. And we've looked at them 20 times.
Okay.
Oh.
So we're just spot checking, or should we spot check every one of these?
Just whatever you guys, whatever you guys think. I always like you to feel confident, but that's why I kind of tell you how we check too.
Yeah, I'm still. I should go look for this. I got you, all right.
Hey, I know what I can do. This will help.
I mean, I wish I could just go to this guy's name and look for it on what ballot and where.
So if we go,
He's running right through it.
have you already done JP 10?
No.
No. So here's a JP 10, D15.
So,
It doesn't matter if you go next or no.
no, I'm trying not to.
I know, I mean mixed up. I meant like,
Yeah. We could stack them here and there.
yes.
So D15.
We'll have JP 10. Go ahead and do D16, because it'll have two for you.
Okay.
Because 6.1 has two races.
Okay, so D16. And so, okay, what are you looking for here? You see?
JP 10, right here. Now you can look at JP 10. No, 10.
Okay. Jefferson.
Yep.
So,
And then Judicial 6.1, let me get that for you, because that way we can mark Judicial 6.1, I'll show you the what races. It'll have two races for 6.1, and they'll be over here. Here's one of them. It's Ernest. 6.1. Oh, here. It's right here. So it's Ernest.
Sanders. Okay.
And then there'll be this one, Kara Connors and Brenda Stallings. So now you just check those. And then I'm going to flip through and see where we have a new one. We don't have to worry about really the school districts, because we don't list the candidates on the ballot for the school districts.
So which
We just-
highlighted color on this are you looking at? It doesn't matter.
They don't have as many. Did you already done JP2?
No.
Okay, let's do 71.
So let me see.
Do 71.
So we're, okay, so you're just picking the city one.
Yeah, no. 71.
52.
We've already done this, but
71.
I go too far, right? That's Natalie Caps.
See? Wow.
David gave you 2 months.
Okay, now we captured summer
Yeah,
camp.
and summer camp.
All right.
So you got that?
All right, so,
Let's see, we need a JP7. Let's see where we go. Let's get us a JP7. Let's do 102.
102?
Mm-hmm. Or have you already done that one?
No, I haven't. Let's see. I don't think I have. I don't know how you guys put all that together.
To check every one
I
of
mean, it just
these,
must be-
it took us at least 5 to 6 hours. And we did 2 full checks.
So on 10, let me see, 102, about 102, we were looking for,
JP7.
and we look here, Diane Carey, okay. That's it.
And then, have you already done 77? HR 7? Yep. Yeah.
We did that.
Okay, who all do we have on? Oh. Because see, these are all unopposed. So we've already done all of the, and if you just want to look at the state races, they'll be on every ballot. So this US Senate, you can,
Okay, yeah, he's in, I got you. That's why.
because you've already done all the,
Yeah, that's why he was going so fast, 'cause-
David's had his eyes on ballots before too,
Oh.
haven't you?
Yeah.
Before I'd vote, I could somehow find it and get a picture of one before I walked in, so we got 77, 71.
Yeah, see, you've already done it. And you've already done, okay, one other thing you can check is where did we put that nonpartisan list? Where'd it go? Oh, that's
Here
it.
we go, yeah.
If you want, see, these will be on all ballots.
Right.
So you can go through and go, wait, I'm pointing to the wrong, right here.
Right here, here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now, just want to get
Yeah,
the
that-
hang of it.
Getting in the
We
flow.
had the shorter list.
Well, that's good, though.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you for doing that for me.
Oh, you're welcome. It's, you have to kind of get in it, you know. Even us getting started, when we get stopped, it's hard. You gotta pick it back up.
Wow. So like these unopposed candidates, this is,
And you can look through that list too. They'll be on every ballot. So you can,
Unopposed list.
yeah, on the unopposed. You see them.
like see district, oh, I see, oh, I
Yeah.
got you here.
So you
Now I'm
just, you
finding
can
it.
run through
Ooh,
those.
it's the wrong one.
It'll hurt a thing. We highlight ours if we got to proof. The 2 cents.
So when you guys do these, are you doing these manually as well, or are you doing it on the computer?
No, manually. We sat there, and this is the third set of ballots that have been ran. And we did take Arkansas off of, we had, on the second time we went through, we wanted Arkansas off of this title because the Secretary of State didn't have it in theirs, so. But when you're doing each individual one, it's better to do it in twos.
Yeah.
Because one of us is doing the chart and the other one is,
Yeah.
one's
One's
telling
reading, the other's checking.
yeah,
Exactly.
and then we pull the names out and check them, and
Yeah, I'm just-
because it literally, even doing that, it takes, what, 6 hours. There's 575 ballot styles. So,
Yeah, I'm just reading.
and it's harder for a primary, because there's 3 sets. So,
Right.
like the general, there will just be the one, and it'll take us a while, but we'll have to go through 3 sets.
I'm just doing it.
Well, I see, it looks like all the names look right on, from what I've looked at, all the Republican names, all the nonpartisan. I haven't looked at the Democrat list yet.
Well, that's what I'm doing there
You're
so
doing that?
far. So
Good
far,
deal.
everything's intact. I'm just
Good deal.
going through spot checking nonpartisan ones, which that's holds for every ballot, so do a couple more. Oh, here's the one. Everything looked good on my end. On the Democrat nonpartisan. They have that.
Little Rock.
I bet you have something that shakes these into place, though. No?
We need one, shaker.
Have to take that up, huh?
We have one for the actual ballots, but those,
Oh,
that
yeah.
wouldn't do for you. We do have a sheet. Yeah, that's what Quincy can prove on her. But that good thick ballot stock is.
And Melinda, I would imagine that you all have also proofread the millage language.
Yes, we have actually, most of them, we literally pulled off what they had, but we also read it to each other. And we sent it to Little Rock City and the schools, and it's been approved. I asked them to please respond by noon today, and they did.
So we've got City of Little Rock's special election. We've also got,
You need a hand with me to help you
Pulaski
now?
School District.
Because you had a bunch more than me. You all caught up?
yeah, I've got all the individual candidates. I was just looking at
Okay.
some of the special elections, just to see
And you have
what, let's see, 116, just to see that they were.
and then the East End, it's on 2 ballots.
16, yeah.
This mostly.
I happened to look up my own precinct, just for the devil of it, in Sherwood. It looks like they moved us back to that Brockington Road Church of the Nazarene. There used to be a church on Keel, but I don't see that.
Is that one we have?
Maybe.
We have 2 in a precinct.
Might be.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, no big deal. You guys got it here. There's only very few places in Sherwood to go. Because one time it was at that big church, and then they said, oh no, you gotta go over here. Good?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the special. I'm just trying to find where these are. I found the city of Little Rock,
Yeah, you
looked
got
at
the
them,
Republican ballot.
and now see what I'm looking for here. I was just looking for a ballot that would have the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District, and we got it right here. And there's the millage language.
Okay.
That they proofread very carefully.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so that's there. Next thing I was gonna look for, see what else. Is that, Little Rock, and then
It's one for Jackson.
60s.
This is for all the schools.
I'm just looking through
Yeah.
the schools for a second. See, there's East End
And that's the only
on
2.
66, and there's East End right here.
And we don't list we do not list the unopposed candidates' names for the school elections, so.
So I'm just looking to see that they show up,
Right.
and they do. And so I've already found, I looked at the Little Rock election, it's there. So East End, and I think we already looked at North Pulaski. That's them,
That's the
that's all.
Jacksonville North Pulaski.
So I'll say
That's
those
it,
are
yeah.
3, that's
No,
it, right?
That's it.
Okay.
The other schools will be on November.
Yep.
Okay.
So you find everything on your
Yeah,
on your
mine's all
list? All right.
checked off. You gave me the easy one, because
Yeah,
I'm
I
the new
got-
guy.
I got all my names checked off. It looks like everything's in order. Anything else, Melinda, on these? I think we're,
That's it, I just
Okay.
will sign we have a certification of ballot styles for
Okay.
you guys to sign.
now I think we, I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not. Just gonna fix that for me. I was about to make a joke, but it would be wrong. It would have been wrong,
Why didn't you change that?
but,
I told you to look at it.
so, that's where, you know. I'll save that humor for later, Michael.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah,
You're on camera.
that's right.
That's fine. Found a boo-boo on the sign sheet.
Ain't nothing to it, just a little typo. But,
These all look good. Boy, I don't know
So-
how they keep up with all this.
but it's a lot of work to keep up with.
Absolutely.
So, when Melinda comes back, Mike, I think it would be time. We're gonna sign this order, but I think it would also be a time for us to have a motion to certify the ballot styles. And we'll vote on that and we'll sign the order.
You want to make the motion? You're the chair, go ahead.
I'll let you make the motion, but it basically be a,
I'll just read this right here.
just be a motion to certify the ballot styles in the May 24th, 2022 preferential primary and nonpartisan judicial general election.
And this is the notice of, the first of the notice.
Now we're gonna get to it next.
Okay.
We're just doing the
One at a
ballot
time,
styles
gotcha.
first, yeah. And I'll say it out loud, and you can either say so moved, or you can
That's
repeat
why I
it in
should
the
always
motion.
be left chairman.
Yeah, there you go. So, Michael, at this time, I'd entertain a motion to approve or to certify the ballot styles in the May 24th, 2022 preferential primary and nonpartisan judicial general election.
I'll second that.
You're moving that,
I'm
you're
moving
making
it.
that motion?
I'm
All right, all
making
in
that
favor-
motion.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. That will take us, and we'll sign this order, and that will take us to our approval of the notice of election next. Michael, if you want to.
So the notice of election, it will be published
Just get that out of your
twice.
way.
Yeah, it's gonna save a bunch of room.
Say again.
It will be published twice by state law. It's posted at the polling locations, and Bart just let us know today. He showed us it on ledger paper, and it looks really cool. That's how we're gonna post it at the site. It was his idea. He was like, because you know how it's little.
Yeah.
And I will say right off, we looked so much at the polling locations and dates and stuff. Up here where it says hours, I'm gonna put a period between A period, M period, where it says 7:30, A period, M period.
Okay.
I noticed, I was sitting here, I was like.
Yeah.
But anyways, the only thing really extra that I added that I thought was important, that me and the staff did, was if you'll look under the polling locations, I put an important notice and basically said redistricting from the 2020 census has created several precinct boundary changes, precinct voting district
It's on page 2
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah, right at the bottom.
changes and voting location changes throughout Pulaski County. Please check out your ballot information and verify your voting location prior to Election Day by visiting our site. So, because that is one of the things I've been trying to tell. We had the press call last week and wanted to just know the special things about the election. They were trying to do a voter education thing, and that was one of the things I told them. I said, everybody look up your polling location.
Yep, things changed, yep. Okay. I looked over these today to make sure they were all in the right order.
Did you catch the periods not being in behind the A and M?
No, I did not.
Uh-oh, okay.
I didn't even.
Really, I was
That's
looking
very
at,
easy to do.
Also, if you look, you guys are gonna, if you look at absentee ballots here, I just told Amanda too, and she said, we can just put that in. See where it says May 17? I wanted to say 17th and also May 24th. That's just very minor because we did that throughout the document and the rest of it. But anyways, that's just minor. I doubt you guys.
No, I was looking to
TH.
make sure the listing orders were all correct.
Oh,
That's what I looked at.
The whole staff proofed the addresses, and we went through everything and the names, and we were putting in punctuation, but you know, you have to make this stuff fit. So I thought, well, to make it consistent, I took out the periods after road, street, everything is, I think, the same. It was very tedious.
Yeah.
Because after you pull it off of Excel, you can't do that search thing. It doesn't just go to the.
No, I think you guys did a great job on it.
It is reformatted from how it used to be. A little.
I have a question for you, Commissioner Chairman,
What's that?
or even you folks. I noticed on the bottom of these, they put, this publication of this notice was paid for by the Pulaski County Election Department at a cost of.
That's a new law. So once
Okay.
the newspaper gets it, they'll fill in that cost before they publish it.
Do we know what that is?
They'll let us know what that is, but no, we don't know what it is.
Oh, good.
It's
Until we
quite a
send it to
bit.
them.
Yeah, I know.
I could give you a guess, you know, it's probably a couple thousand.
Okay, that's good that they post that.
So when you read it in the newspaper, it'll tell you how much it
You'll have
costs to put it in the newspaper, and it has to run twice.
Okay.
So it would be that price times 2.
And when will they run that in the newspapers? You know,
We usually try to pick a popular one,
We do
but
it on
it's 15
Sundays.
days before, and
I think it's 15 days before and then 8 days.
yeah, I think so. I remember 15.
so yeah, it's gonna be like a special section, I think they have, election.
But we usually try to do it, at least one of them on a Sunday.
The first
Where it's
notice will be May 1st.
And I guess we've got a limitation on how many characters we can have. Like I just noticed in Brockton Road's Church of the Nazarene.
We had to
Just-
make
we
it
can't.
fit.
Yeah, we can't get it more than that number of
And sometimes,
characters.
sometimes you can, or we used to put NAS on there, but I thought it might be nice to put as much as I
Yeah.
could fit
Yeah.
there, but I kept messing with it to try to get it.
Scrunched as much as possible.
Yeah, and the second notice will go in, the deadline is the 19th. So usually.
Of May 19th, okay.
But, so when Amanda works with them, we kind of try to pick a popular paper. If we can, I like it that on Sunday, a lot of people get the paper.
Yeah, that's
So-
when they'll get their money.
Getting it done and having it ready, we can work with those
I
days.
would imagine they post that up on their web pages as well.
They do it on the online version of the
Yeah.
paper and the print copy.
Oh, okay.
For Sunday.
And then this will be posted, after you approve it, we'll post it on our website
Right.
tonight too.
Okay, go Pulaski.
Yeah, we'll take the word draft off of it.
Before,
We used to proof these and not do that, and I don't like having some sit around.
Well, no, you don't,
official.
yeah.
So I'll take that off.
Now, you're reading of these election the annual school things, is that what you're reading?
I'm just kind of looking it over.
Just
as I go,
scanning,
all
okay.
of it. I'm just reading it.
Spot check, yeah.
Start- Yeah, I'm just kind of reading the whole thing. Won't start from the front. Because I understand how it is after you've read it about 14 to 25 times like you all have. It's hard to notice anything.
And
So I'm
we-
just putting my eyes on
we
it.
don't
Well, that's why we're doing
Right,
that.
who hadn't looked at it.
And one thing, Susan let us know, because, you know, we sent out the first initial draft to you guys. If you look on that last, page 4, she had let us know, and it was really good. You know how we have May annual school election there? I added a better header so you can see City of Little Rock special election. I did just have it in a title, and it looked like it didn't.
It looked like it belonged with the school.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was its own election, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
I know you had a footnote that I read on the one that I got emailed, the star. What does that mean? That's new?
It's under it means, the star means a new polling location, and
That's it.
the check mark means a polling location.
Oh, there it is,
name
okay.
change.
I knew
You
I
know,
heard that.
only thing I'm wondering about that, should we have the word legend in front of that? I mean, most people are gonna pick up on that. I'm just wondering that.
You mean like the legend colon
Yeah, just
in
lay
front
it
of
out
it
that this
with
is what, I don't know, I mean, would that help anybody? I don't know.
It's easy to add.
I think I would do that. It's a
Okay.
good point.
Yeah.
Legend. Fit it in just before that first star.
Yeah, there's plenty of room to push those over.
Oh,
right?
yeah. That won't knock anything out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very busy document.
It's kind of cool though, because it has all of the information for the
Yeah,
election.
you broke it out nicely.
So,
Phone numbers, web pages.
oh, and one thing that I probably should mention that's important is Jacksonville Community Center is normally an early vote location. They called us and let us know just last week that they cannot accommodate us for the May election. And so I guess, I mean, I don't guess, but Bart went and looked at a location, and Bethel Baptist Church is 0.8 miles away from them, not even a mile. And they would love to have us. So I guess we've had that problem, you know, community centers and before, and I think it would be easier for us just to be able to keep that same one all year. So that was one that changed.
The Bethel Baptist Church.
It's also an election day location.
Yeah, so it is ADA compliant and everything.
So how do you seek these out?
Just drive to churches and knock on
Churches
doors.
usually are the best bet because they're not busy during the week.
100%.
Right. They don't
That's
do
it.
anything on Tuesdays normally.
And Bart's really good about, you know, knowing, like, getting us another place, so that's pretty neat. It's not always that easy. And
Usually.
he keeps in mind who would like to be one, and, you know, if it,
So it appears really there's not many schools anymore that do polling.
We decided we wanted to get schools out of it and fire departments, so we're hoping just to go with churches.
it's hard for schools.
Yeah, back in the old days, that's where it always was done.
But now with the security of schools and stuff, makes it a
Oh,
little hard
yeah,
for just.
exactly.
Especially
They don't want
elementary.
random voters just walking in and.
Yeah, makes sense.
you know, got metal detectors and locked doors and everything. So. And fire departments, they like to put us in the bay with the door open, and that's not always kosher.
Yeah.
in
Do we
November.
pay these people anything?
We pay on it. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's $35 a day.
And we leave it all neat and clean as if we found it, so.
Right. It's supposed to be over like this, they won't let us come back.
Yeah.
It's $45 per day.
Oh,
Betty
$45.
Betty is correct.
Let me see your Democrat list, your name list there for a second. Thank you. I was just looking back here since I didn't look at them. Thought I'd just look and see what I see here.
Yeah.
Just looking to see what the names.
That's fine, yeah, today when I got their draft email, I went through and checked,
Looked at that.
make sure that they were
So that's,
the number that they placed on the drawing, so.
Luckily, oh, that's good. Luckily, I actually pulled
Yeah, that is
that
good.
off of the list they just used. And I made a little, so.
Because I went through it with a fine tooth comb, just checked them right off. I said, well,
Can never check too much.
so that's good. Because they all made it on the ballot, so that's good you got.
they're over here. I got them. Let's see, I missed. I didn't
Democrat?
Yeah, let me look at the Democrat names here a bit more.
And I guess you went through the Republic one, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at them again, just
Go ahead.
quick as I go down it. Looks good. I don't see any issues with the notice.
Those looks good.
You, Commissioner?
Those looks good to me. Motion to,
Yep, now would be the time for a motion to approve the notice of election for the 2022 preferential primary, nonpartisan judicial general election.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Okay.
Let's see. what
Do
got
we
there.
keep these? Or we take
So that
I
was,
gave you an official list just in your packet, so you'd have a nice list. You may, you see.
It's not highlighted.
Yeah, it's all of them. I wanted you guys
In
to
here?
have,
Or-
I think it's right.
Yeah, that's
Which
okay.
one?
Anyways,
one to punch and put in our
the
book.
candidate list, because they were like all,
Did you have one that's got all of them?
I put it in your
Oh.
packet stuff, like in the back, just so you have it. I can reprint it, you guys, because
don't know
you
what
may
I-
have grabbed it. It could have
I
got
may-
mixed
I
in
think
with
we may
that stuff.
I don't know what I did.
So it's
Too many
basically
papers.
this list unhighlighted.
Yeah, and it's all three of them. I have them.
Okay. Well, next item on the agenda is other business. And at this time, I'd ask you, Commissioner, you have any other business?
No, I don't. You know what I'd like to talk about, is this poll worker training. How they
That's what
are,
I was just going to do.
okay.
Well, no, that's,
What you want to know?
I motion to, can you tell us about how this poll worker
and maybe how it all, like our procedure we use would help, because
Yeah.
that's one of the things I've kind of mentioned once, Mike. So I did lay the poll worker training schedule out for you guys, for when we're training our poll workers. And,
Yeah, here it is.
and I kind of mentioned, I'm thinking you guys, you'll need to meet. So let me tell you how it all works.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
And we actually have a list of election judges that work at every polling location. When it's time for election, we send real early, we have to send them out letters, get the people that they want to work at the location. Sometimes they designate some people, sometimes they have us grab from the pool of people. And so then we have a list. And what happens is the board needs to appoint election officials. And in the past, I guess what we've done, in talking to Amanda, is we've actually waited until like May 2nd is your deadline, and then had you appoint, but then we're already training. So what I would like to do is, we're gonna start training April 9th. We'll have a list, but it's not gonna be official, because there's changes and this and that. And I thought maybe we could have you approve the initial list of poll workers. I don't think it would hurt a thing. And then like when it gets May 2nd, we would print a new list and have you approve the final list of poll workers.
I don't see a problem with that.
Because I just don't feel comfortable without you guys not appointing and us training them. I mean, already going ahead and training them, and you haven't seen the list of people. So
I think that's a good idea, Melinda. Bring us the list, we'll approve the initial list, and then we'll approve the revised list of whoever falls out or whoever comes in, whatever.
and hopefully what Betty and Amanda's been doing, Betty's really been going through and we've been cleaning up the database, and because what I asked, but it won't work right now, I told Amanda, I said, well, we'll just print the rest of them as the pool, the backup, and on our final list, we probably will have something, like just, hey, there's times when like right at the election, you have to grab somebody, but I always like you to know in case there's a name on there that you may not, you guys may know or say, no, that's not gonna work. They're related to a candidate or they're, something like that. So, but Betty has been cleaning up the list and actually going in voter registration. They gave us just the search feature where she can look up their voter registration and see if they're registered and all that. And once we get that cleaned up, we'd have a better pool. Right now, we have too many in the database Amanda was saying we have like 1,000, but she's been going through them, so. we'll,
Eliminating the ones who aren't registered to vote, who have died.
and Amanda
Who
said,
voted.
we may be able to go in and figure out a report, you know, to pull of the latest ones that work that maybe weren't appointed, but,
Now, have you gotten a lot of people that went online and filled out applications for that, or no?
We've had a few online.
Or just a few that,
Mhm.
so looking at this training schedule, it looks like, say, for example, Saturday, April 9th, begins at 9, ends at 11,
Mhm.
and it's all, where's it done? Here?
Yes.
In this room, I take it?
We start here and then split up into groups, depending on what you're gonna be trained on.
Okay.
so the ballot and ID clerks get trained, and then the election judges and,
And then.
Oh, I see. Depending upon what-
I'll take, yeah, then we,
Depending on what
there's
your
another
assignment is.
room back there, and then, the equipment clerks will, they call them sheriffs now, so,
Oh, the sheriff is actually the equipment? Okay, that's good to know.
right.
It can be the equipment or the assistant.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll notify these people, and then they get a phone call, email?
And what we do, and
Confirms.
Amanda's actually done it, is she's already sent out the chief judges, the election
The
judge
election
letters.
judges, and we've listed out the poll workers who have worked at their location before. They call all those poll workers up, see who's available, and they check off which ones are, they send us the list back. We fill in any needs necessary, if anybody's short on people, we fill them in, and then those people will all get a letter saying, this is when you come to training.
But we ask in the initial letter, Amanda's asked them, please reach out to, you know, they call their workers and confirm right then, and we gave them the training dates so they can,
So-
that way they're told early.
So past workers need to go through the training as well, which is good.
Everybody.
Okay,
has to go
good.
through
That's
training.
what needs to be done.
Yes. They have to be trained within the last 12 months to work,
Okay, good.
and we haven't had any training at all last year, so.
And we're trying to wrap up the training materials.
And that comes from the state board, sends that down?
Yeah, and we create our own.
Yeah, I
From
think we've been
leaders.
updating it.
Right, yeah, I agree.
That's specific for Pulaski.
Right. You good with that?
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm just wanting you to get whatever you want to know. You
No,
ask,
no, I
they'll
asked,
tell
because
you.
I know somebody who got called today,
Uh-huh.
and sent in paperwork, so.
so, is there any more questions on?
No, I think that's it,
on
thanks
the
for,
poll worker? There's one other item, and I wanted to let you guys know that we will be doing our logic and accuracy testing. Now, I need to, at the next meeting, I'll probably have you, I could have sworn there used to be an approval for this, but we've scheduled logic and accuracy testing for the voting equipment, April 4th through the 8th, and then the public test will be April 15th.
Okay.
So, and we'll mention that at our next meeting. We'll want to meet sometime probably before,
Before the
It's just
LNA, you,
yeah. Oh, they've heard the Ellen.
The LNA results, not.
Yes, the LNA results is what you approve. So the LNA will be then, we'll publish it.
Okay.
We'll probably want to meet before April 9th, before we start training the poll workers, so we can just get you that initial list.
okay.
And
Well, we can set a meeting this evening if we want to. I mean, we can certainly check with Commissioner Inman on a date. I mean, we can tentatively set.
And I would like to mention that LNA is scheduled to begin on April 4th, but it may not take all the way till the 8th to get it done. That's just what we're guesstimating, but it will start the 4th until complete.
so that's logic, and what's the A for?
Accuracy.
Accuracy. We call it LNA. You wanna shorten it up?
Everybody's got the acronyms.
So you said we want to meet before the 9th? I mean,
before the 9th.
so the 9th is actually on Saturday, I think?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the first day we do training, so we just want to get that initial list. approved.
Sure. I mean, that week is probably, let's see, I don't see anything in particular. I mean, we can pick most any day we want to pick that week. Is there a day better for you, Commissioner?
I'm wide open.
We could look, I mean, is Wednesday the 6th a good day? Why don't we set that for our date? And let's check with Commissioner Emmons and see if there's any conflict. If there is, we
Yeah,
can.
a tentative date then.
Yeah, tentative date. We can change it if necessary.
4/6, which is a Wednesday.
Are we doing the same time? Or?
Let's do same time. Sometimes we have some traffic issues over here on 7th Street and so forth that causes some issues trying to get over here. You know,
It's hard to believe.
let's see.
So that Wednesday is for the poll?
Well, that's,
Poll worker.
poll workers, appointment of poll workers will be one, and plus whatever else we may come up with in the meantime for
The certification, I was thinking was the results. You'll be certifying those after LNA's done. And then we publish the LNA.
This will all be in the minutes, so I probably wasted my time writing all this down, aren't I? Just checking to make sure the pen works.
Do we have any public comment?
We don't have any comment tonight.
Okay. Well, I have a comment about how much we appreciate our staff doing all the hard work that it takes to put these elections together. So, thank you all very
I
much.
second that, yeah, wow, this is a lot of work you guys do here. Outstanding job, thank you.
I think we have a great board and we're gonna have
Well,
some
thank you.
great
Thank you.
elections
Thank you.
this year, so.
With that, I'll adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.